Hello, I'm Wendy Yellowley, the Programme Tutor at Hertfordshire Business School with responsibility for the BA Honours Programme in Human Resource Management and the BA Honours Programme in Business and Human Resource Management. The purpose of these slides is to talk you through the main features of the programme so you can learn more about what it's like to study at the University of Hertfordshire. So I'd like to start by talking about two great opportunities on all of our programmes, both of our programmes. One is to study abroad and the other is to take the opportunity for a work placement. Let's start with study abroad. Study abroad can take place either in the second year of your degree programme or the third year of your degree programme. If we think about the third year studying abroad, you study at UH for years 1 and 2 and come back to complete your degree in year 4. In year 3, you spend a full year abroad at one of our partner institutions. We have partner institutions across the globe, and you can study in English in lots of them, including universities in Japan, in Malaysia, and then Canada, the US, Australia, Finland, and obviously if you're studying a language, then you can also study at our partner institutions, for example, in Spain, Germany, and France. If you study abroad in the third year of your studies, a really great feature is that at UH you are not expected to pay tuition fees, and you do not pay tuition fees at the partner institution you go and visit as well. We will talk about study abroad once you join us, and you'll have lots of opportunities to meet students who have studied abroad and to learn more about it. If you decide to study abroad in your second year, then you would study at UH for your first year, go abroad for the year, and then return in your third year to complete your studies. If you study abroad in the second year of your studies, then it is important that the programmes match, and we need to check that the institution can cover all of the same subjects that you would normally study at the university. And this is usually done incredibly successfully. There is a small tuition fee if you decide to study abroad in the second year of your studies. But absolutely fabulous opportunities to visit partner institutions across the world where you can meet lots and lots of international students, have a very organised programme of studies, learn how to live in a different culture, and really enhance your transferable skills and skills that are important to employers. So fabulous opportunity. Work placement also takes place as part of the programme if you would like it to. It's not compulsory, but we would recommend all students to have a go at a work placement. You have to work for 36 weeks full time, and we have a placement coordinator who visits you while you're on placement, and you also have tutors who are mentors while you're on placement so that they can help you complete your placement portfolio, and you would graduate if you do a work placement with that acknowledged in your degree title as a sandwich award. Some of the work placements are listed there in terms of organisations, and on the next slide I will talk through briefly some of the placement opportunities that have been taken up. I would like to point out though, Disney, they're the bottom one on the work placement, a very popular option. Disney come to UH to interview students. Students are taken across to University College Riverside in California for 3 weeks, and then they go to Florida to work for the Disney Corporation there. It is a 6-month placement. So, if you decide to take up a placement opportunity, that means that you are working in the third year of the degree programme. So years 1 and 2 are at UH, and year 4 is back at UH to study, and you do your placement in the third year. It's 36 weeks long as a minimum. You're visited by our placement coordinator, and you're supported by academic tutors who mentor you through the placement portfolio process. If you successfully complete this, which I'm sure you would do, then you are awarded a degree with the title of Sandwich in the Award to recognise your work experience. Research suggests that employers particularly like students who've been out on placement, and we do have a full careers and placement team here at the university who help students look for placements, search for placements. They offer help with CV preparation, interview preparation. And one of the great things that we have offered has been the opportunity for students in the second year of their degree programme to go through a mock graduate assessment centre. This is run by consultants, and you attend a full trial assessment day and get feedback on your performance, which again is a great opportunity to help with your employability and to help you search for placement opportunities. On this slide are 4 students taken from literature that's been produced by the university and the placements that they have done, so you can have a look at those. Why should you study with us at Hertfordshire Business School? Well, one of the things I'd like to point out is the dedicated programme team. I introduced myself at the start of these slides, but we do also have year tutors who work alongside me. So, for example, at level 4, we have a year tutor who works with all new students on the HRM and business and HRM programmes. They see these students every week for 2 hours in one of the classes that they take them for, and they will take them for this module right across the academic year. So they see the students every week, and students have access to this dedicated year tutor. At level 6, we have the same system running with a dedicated year tutor for level 6. And again, students are taught by this academic, and they see this academic tutor every week for 2 hours in one of their core modules. I myself am the year tutor as well as the programme tutor at level 5. That's the second year of the programme, where I see students to make sure they're on track and that they're progressing with their studies. Our role in the programme team is very much to offer pastoral support and care for students, and also to offer academic support and guidance. Our aim is to have every student be successful and for every student to be happy and to enjoy studying. We are an accessible team. We pride ourselves on being accessible, and students can easily find us in the university. On this slide, I'll also point out the dedicated pastoral support tutor and mentoring opportunities. At the university, we have a full counselling service at the centre and full mentoring support at the centre, but also in Hertfordshire Business School, in the business school itself, where students are taught, we have pastoral support tutors. So if a student wants to have a chat about things that are going on in their life or any issues that they may be facing, we can get them dedicated support immediately. We also have mentoring opportunities. That's an opportunity to have a mentor and to be mentored, and indeed an opportunity for students to give back to the university and get involved with mentoring as they move through the programme. This year, for example, we have been running mentors who have been trained for 3 days at level 5. They're second year students, and they are helping to mentor and support our first year students. We have our state-of-the-art Learning Resources Centre, for example, which is open 24/7 on both campuses, and which you can access from the remoteness of your home as well, for example, or the local coffee shop. Lots of our resources are available electronically, and indeed lots and lots of our textbooks are available electronically, journal articles, major databases. For example, in HR, we've got lots of the journals that are available online. We've also got the databases such as Expert HR, the information feeds, the CIPD materials, and lots of key textbooks by authors in the field of human resource management are available as e-books. Support for learning is also made via our StudyNet Canvas site, where tutors will load slides, they will load podcasts such as I'm going to load this one, and they will also load quizzes, tests, discussion groups. Lots and lots of support and help is available via those sources. We also have a Centre for Academic Skills Enhancement, shortened to CASE, and this is a fabulous opportunity for students to further develop their academic skills. So, for example, the Centre for Academic Skills Enhancement runs a weekly timetable where they will do sessions on presentation skills, how to write a business report, how to get more criticality in an essay, how to use the Harvard referencing system, how to prepare for exams. So lots of sessions that students can go to on a weekly basis. Students can also book in for a one-to-one session, and they can have a section of their work checked for accuracy. They can ask somebody to have a look at how they have referenced their work, for example. And again, that's a fabulous opportunity for students to tap into in order to be successful. I've already mentioned our Careers and Employment Service and the fabulous support that they offer to students, not only about trying to get placements, but for graduate jobs and even post-graduation as well. The last point on this slide talks about the links with professional bodies, and the main link is with the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. That is one of the largest professional bodies in the UK with over 150,000 members, and it is what anybody working in HR generally strives to be part of. Many organisations sponsor students to do postgraduate qualifications in human resource management, which leads to full membership of the CIPD. What we can offer to students on completion of the HRM and Business and HRM programme is the opportunity to apply for associate membership of the CIPD. On this slide are further details of some of the other professional body links, and these do get updated regularly and do sometimes change. But as you can see, we've got links here with the Chartered Institute of Marketing and the Chartered Management Institute, and they are fabulous opportunities for students to enhance their CVs and to add added value to their programme of study. Studying here at the university, you'll be studying in the Business School at the de Havilland campus. You study 120 credits a year. For an honours degree in the UK, you need 360 credits, so that's broken down into 120 credits a year. You study on a 2-semester basis at the university. You usually start at the end of September through to the end of January for semester A, and then semester B starts at the end of January and runs through till the end of May. Teaching is done in various ways. It's generally done in terms of a lecture and tutorial system, and sometimes it's done as a combined lectoral, where students will come together for the full 2 hours. In the first year of your programme, for example, you are very much kept together in smaller groups as you get to know about university life and about the rigours of academic study, and you get a lot of personalisation as you're taught in small group numbers in the first year of your programme. There are bigger lectures as you move through the programme, and tutorials are the opportunity to come together in your small groups, where we normally have tutorials with approximately 20 students per tutorial. Lectures vary in terms of size. Some lecture theatres can hold 240 students, but a lot of lecture theatres are sort of 50 to 100 students. So you will get a mix in terms of how you are taught, dependent on the module, dependent on the student numbers for that module. You have a great advantage on HRM and Business and HRM because we're quite small programmes, and that's great because we get to know you, you get to know us, and you are in a nice sized class for a lot of your sessions. Assessments, we're always asked about assessments. They do vary tremendously over the 3 years that you study. What I will say is that in the first year, it is a lot of coursework, so predominantly coursework with only 1 or 2 exams. There might be some in-class tests or formal exams. There are only 1 or 2. In the second year of the programme, there are more exams, but also coursework is a big feature. And then in the final year of the programme, it's probably about 50% coursework, 50% exam. Coursework varies. It can be anything from doing a poster, a presentation, working in a group on a report, doing an essay individually. It might be that you're working on a live business case. It may be you're producing a video that you're uploading to the system. There's a whole variety of assessments that take place. I think the important thing is that our module leaders are all trained and experienced academics, and they guide and support you through the module. They put up lots of information, lots of support on their module site, which you have access to, the e-site that you have access to. And the important thing, I think, to stress is that module leaders are totally accessible to students. They have 2 office hours a week where they will be based in their office, so you can drop in and have a chat, and if you're confused about anything or just want some extra material on a model that was discussed in the lecture, or you just want to make sure about a source or a resource you're going to use, then the module leaders are there, and they're all available by email as well. But I think the 2 hours a week of office hours where they'll be in their office, where you can get direct access to them, is a great feature to point out. The question we're always asked is, I'm not sure which programme to do. Which one should I do, Business and HRM or HRM? I think what's important is looking at what they both offer and deciding for you which will be the best for you to learn. I think it's important to note that employers are less concerned with degree title and more important about grades that are achieved. So it's important that you choose what you want to study rather than what you think you should study. Both offer fabulous opportunities, business and human resource management, so that you can have a dual titled award with the business and HRM. You have to study a fixed programme of modules. You have no choice. The modules are given to you, and that is what you study each year. The advantage is you get your recognised specialism in the degree title, but because we have a fixed range of modules that we have to get through, there is no opportunity to study a language. As I've already said, you can study abroad and go on placement, and in fact you can do both, so lots of opportunities there. And you have the study abroad recognised in a degree title. If you study abroad for a whole year, it's with a year abroad. If you study abroad for 1 semester, it's with study abroad. If you do a placement year, you have sandwich recognised in your degree title. HRM programme is different in that it offers you some opportunity to choose optional modules. So you study predominantly HRM, but you have the opportunity to study some business subjects as well. You also can build in the opportunity to study a language. Again, study abroad and placement are opportunities that you should seriously think about, and all of that, as I've already said, is recognised in your degree title. I think what I want to draw attention to is the last point in both those tables, the flexibility. The programmes are designed that at the end of level 4, at the end of your first year of study, if you've decided to study business and human resource management and suddenly decide the business side is not for you, you have loved the human resource side, you can, provided you've passed all of your modules, switch across to the human resource management programme for the second year of your studies. You do not have to repeat the year you would go into the second year. Likewise, the programme is designed at level 4 to allow enough study so that on HRM, if you decide that actually you've enjoyed the business modules and you'd really like to study more business, then you can switch across to that programme. It's a great opportunity because sometimes students aren't quite sure what they want to study at the start and the differences between the two. So we have built that into the programme, so your safety net is there. So what will you be studying? The next few slides show us what you will be studying, and I will talk through them briefly. You will be studying 8 modules a year. We study 120 credits a year, and those are split into 8 15 credit modules. Some of those 15 credits are joined together into double modules, so become 30 credits. So if we have a look here at the first year on Human Resource Management, we're studying Economics for Business in Semester A. We study a module on People and Organisations. We study Introduction to HRM, and that actually becomes a 30 credit module because it drops across into Semester B, and that runs the whole of the academic year. The Introduction to HRM is taught by the level 4, the first year tutor, the programme year tutor, so that tutor sees you every week. In the second semester, you get an insight into marketing, and we look at the context of HRM in terms of work and organisations. You have the opportunity to study an option in Semester A and an option in Semester B, and you can see the option choices that are available. You also have the opportunity to study a language. As you can see there, French, German, Spanish, Chinese and Japanese. The most popular with the HR students in recent years has been Japanese. To allow flexibility between the business and HRM programme and the HRM programme, the first years are reasonably similar, and as you can see from the yellow blocks, they are the same as are taught on the HRM programme at the first year of study. This allows flexibility between the programmes. The difference for business and HRM is that you also study accounting and you study quantitative methods for business as well. So you focus on building up your knowledge of the business arena and the business disciplines. In the second year of your study, year 2, level 5, on both programmes we start to delve more deeply into the arena of human resource management. The modules covered in yellow there are overlapping modules between the programmes, and that allows the opportunity for some switching across between the programmes, which is really a very unique design element of both programmes. Importantly, you study key areas such as organisation psychology, you study employment law, you look at performance management and reward. You also look at information systems in HRM and big data and how that is now being used to explore people as a resource in organisations, a very topical issue at the moment. You also do the key module there on enhancing employability in HRM. Employability is a key feature of the degree from day one, building transferable skills such as planning and organisational skills, communication skills, leadership skills. And on this module, we have had the opportunity, as I've already said, for students to attend a mock assessment centre, which has been very well received by the students. I'd also like to point out in the University of Hertfordshire Business School, we do have dedicated employability champions who work with students on enhancing their employability skills. On the HRM programme, you have some options, and the options are listed there, for example, exploring business ethics, cross-cultural management, geopolitics, and you can also choose to continue to study a language. If you study a language for all 3 years of your degree programme, then that language is recognised in your degree title as well. On the Business and HRM programme, you have fixed modules. You do a module there on enterprise, for example, which is a bit like a Dragon's Den type module, where you will actually do a case study and a simulation about putting a business together. And you do a module called Managing People, which looks at a lot of the key topical issues in the world of HRM, for example, the use of artificial intelligence in recruitment and selection, the use of locational flexibility and people working from home, the use of total reward in the workplace, where we look at financial, but most importantly, the impact of non-financial benefits as well. So lots of opportunity to delve into HRM topics and to work with people across both of the degree programmes and to build up your knowledge of the whole area of managing people in the workplace. And by the final year of our degree programme, our focus is on graduation and having you successfully complete all your studies and graduate and go out into the world of work. In the final year of your study, you study international HRM, so we get a very international flavour coming through. You study key areas of HRM, including employment relations, and you do a 30 credit double module on contemporary developments in human resource development, which looks at the whole area of learning, knowledge transfer, training approaches in organisations. That module is taught by our year tutor, and she will see every final year student every week for the 2 hours that they spend with her currently on that module. As before, human resource management, you have the opportunity to study some options, and they're listed there for you to have a look at. On business and human resource management, we have a fixed programme, and you study additional modules, for example, on business strategy and the digital economy, which is a new module that has been put in place because of the way the digitalisation of work and what is happening in the wider arena of work. I think what needs to be stressed is the fact that employability is a key feature throughout the programme. It is very important to us that we get our students work ready, and we spend a lot of effort in our modules ensuring that skills are built up in order to make students successful once they finish their degree programme. Also, fabulous opportunities for internationalisation in terms of studying abroad, or if students don't want to study abroad, we do have lots of students who come to us from our overseas partner institutions, and they have the opportunity to mix with them in modules and in classes, for example. You can also study modules on cross-cultural management, international HRM. We also have in the University Europe Week, where visiting professors from Europe come to the university and take various classes and run master classes as well. So lots of opportunity in the programmes for that. Enterprise features on business and human resource management, but we do also have lots of opportunities if students are interested in running their own business. There's an opportunity to enter various competitions in order to get funding, in order to get help from the university, and there's also opportunities to join volunteer groups that will enhance your transferable skills and give you opportunities. Professional development is built in to the programme because we are linked to the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, and there is a strong emphasis from that institution on professional development, and that is built in as we work through the programme. But coming to the University of Hertfordshire, it's more than just studying, isn't it? It's about making friends, feeling part of something, and I'm fairly confident on our HRM and business and HRM programs. We get to know you and you get to know us. It's also about joining in all of the activities. There are lots of opportunities to do volunteer work, lots of things that you can get involved in terms of, for example, mentoring. There is, of course, another campus as well as de Havilland. There's the big, huge campus at College Lane, and that has the big forum, the big entertainment centre, which I'm sure you will all tap into at various times. We also at de Havilland have the sports facilities with a big 25-metre indoor pool, the climbing wall, the badminton courts, the squash courts, etc. So it is a lot more than just studying, and indeed employers expect a lot more than just studying now. They expect students to take part in university clubs, to give back to the university. Some of you may, for example, decide to apply to become a student ambassador and work at some of our open days. Some of you may decide to join me on the programme in terms of being a representative of your fellow students and representing their views at programme committees. So there are lots to get involved with things, and we very much would encourage all students to do so. And where does it all lead? Well, all sorts of different options that our students take. I just put just a few of them there. I'll just highlight just a couple of them. If I take the first one there, FDM Group, we have one of our students who did a placement there last year, and she is now working for that organisation, was taken on as a graduate trainee at the end of her studies. She did on her placement year, she set up a mentoring programme for them, and she's working in the HR area for them. We have another example there. Let's have a look. Network Rail. We have a student who graduated from us with a first class honours degree, and she got a place on their graduate HR training scheme and has subsequently been promoted. If we look there at TUI, the student there did a placement year at Vauxhall and then got appointed to TUI. Lots and lots of opportunities, lots of different things our former students get involved in and are part of, and we are in touch with our alumni, and we very much like to keep in touch with our alumni. There is also the opportunity at the university for students to come back to us once they are working to take their master's level studies in human resource management to work towards full membership of the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. On this slide are two quotes taken from past students of the HRM programmes, and you can just see what they had to say about it and what they're now doing. And finally, I'd just like to thank you for listening to the presentation, and also just to reinforce some of the key points that you can either study the specialist HRM programme or move on to the generalist business and HRM programme. If you do the specialist programme, you can do your study abroad, your placement year with a language and have everything recognised in your degree title. If you study business and human resource management, you can also do placement year, study abroad, and have that recognised in your degree title. We try to ensure that both programmes give you an absolute foundation for working life in business, and the big focus is on employability throughout. It's important to us that you get up-to-date experience from our academics, many of whom are practitioners and who have worked in HR. And we do encourage everybody to get a global mindset while they're at the university, and we do that through international modules, the opportunities that Europe Week gives us, for example. And of course, alignment to the professional bodies has already been talked about, but that is also critical as you move towards getting your first employment in the HRM job arena. So thank you for listening, and my contact details are there. If you have any questions, then please do just email me and I'll get back to you.